Corey, I know you got several things to do right here. Before you get going, I want to present you a plaque. Thank you very much for your contribution.
Thank you very much.
Carry on.
Thank you. Hey, USWA on tour. Let's take a look at it. It begins tonight in Batesville, Arkansas. Tonight, USWA Wrestling. Big card tonight over at the Fairgrounds in Batesville, Arkansas. 7:30 is bell time. There'll be a North American title match. Also, Unified World Champion, the King, Jerry Lawler, on the card tonight. Colorado Kid, just some of the names signed for Batesville, Arkansas at the Fairgrounds tonight, 7:30. Hey, let's talk about Monday night coming up. Mid-South Coliseum, it is TV5 night Monday night, which means that all tickets only $5. That's right, ringside, all reserved, general admission, all tickets $5. Great night to bring down the entire family, be with us. We'll all be there for USWA Wrestling. TV5 night, a special night of wrestling action Monday night, Mid-South Coliseum. Hey, coming up Wednesday night, April 17th, Tunica, Mississippi, Sheraton Casino, right there at Casino Center. USWA Wrestling action there at the Sheraton, 7:30 bell time. Double J, Jeff Jarrett on the card. You'll see Moondog Spot, the King, Jerry Lawler, Too Sexy Brian Christopher, Bill Dundee, Tommy Rich, Doug Gilbert, the Cyberpunks, Samantha, Miss Texas, Jesse James Armstrong. They're all lined up to be in Tunica. Coming up Wednesday night, we're back in Tunica, Sheraton Casino at Casino Center. We look for you Wednesday night, Tunica. Thursday, April 18th, Caruthersville, Missouri. National Guard Armory, 7:30 p.m. bell time in Caruthersville. Double J, Jeff Jarrett, Too Sexy Brian Christopher on the card. Also, the Cyberpunks, Superstar, Bill Dundee, Miss Texas, all in Caruthersville, Thursday, April 18th. Friday, April 19th, Henderson, Tennessee, Chester County High School, 8 p.m. bell time in Henderson, USWA Wrestling there. 3 championship matches, sponsored by the Quarterback Club, the King, Jerry Lawler, Too Sexy, Brian Christopher, Men on a Missions, King Mabel, Double J, Jeff Jarrett, the Cyberpunks, Tommy Rich, Doug Gilbert, Superstar, Bill Dundee on the card, all in Henderson, Friday the 19th. Thursday, April 25th, up in Martin, Tennessee, Skyhawk Arena in Martin, super spectacular card. WWF Vader on the card in Martin. Too Sexy Brian Christopher, Men on a Mission, Lawler, Jarrett, Rich Gilbert, all in Martin. Thursday the 25th of April. Saturday, April 27th, back in Jonesboro. Super USWA action in Jonesboro. Earl Bell Community Center, 8 p.m. bell time. Advanced tickets on sale as always right there at Front Page Cafe. Friday, May 3rd. Iceberg, Tennessee, USWA action. Same night, Forest City, Arkansas, there at the high school. Saturday, May 4th, Paragould, Arkansas, Fairgrounds, 7:30 bell time. Wednesday, May 8th, look at that. USWA Wrestling will be at Lady Luck Casino, there at the Pavilion. Wednesday, May the 8th, first time ever, USWA Wrestling, 7:30 bell time. Helena, Arkansas, right there at the Helena Bridge, Lady Luck Casino Pavilion, and Crenshaw, Mississippi. Great people there in Crenshaw. Crenshaw Gym, USWA will be returning Friday night, May the 10th in Crenshaw, Mississippi. That, my friend, USWA action on tour. Nothing like being right there, seeing it live when it comes to your town. Look for you Monday night, our special TV5 night down at the Coliseum. Want to take a look now on our special 1000 show of USWA Wrestling at a video that took place some years ago, one of the first in wrestling. Take a look at the King, Jerry Lawler.
Born and raised in Memphis, this is where I stay. Tell all the women Jerry Lawler's on the stage. Rocker and a roller, fighter and a lover and a king. The world's greatest wrestler, I'm the best you've ever seen.
Jerry Lawler, the world's greatest wrestler. He is the unified world heavyweight champion. Today, making his way around the ring area, and a man for all 1,000 of the USWA programs here today, the King, Jerry Lawler.
My pleasure.
King. My pleasure. Good to see you.
Well, I haven't actually been here in the studio for every one of the 1,000 shows, but I was here, and I've been here in the USWA for all of them. As a matter of fact, I'll never forget when the wrestling used to be, and I don't know if we can say it on Channel 13, but, you know, years ago. Yeah. And I'll never forget, Jerry Jarrett asked me, he said, look, you go over to Channel 5. He said, they'll probably know you better than know me. He said, you go over to Channel 5 and ask them if they'd be interested in having wrestling at Channel 5. I'll never forget. I walked into the studio here in the front office. I didn't know anybody here either, and I met Phil Slavic, who was the program director at the time, and Maury Griner was the manager, and I just went into his office and said, look, I guess hopefully you guys know we wrestle over on Channel 13, and we were just wondering if you'd be interested in having our wrestling show here at Channel 5. And you know, everything from that point on is history. Maury Griner, Phil Slavic, all those people have been great, and now Mason Granger here, and the relationship between USWA Wrestling and TV5 has been terrific, and I've just been happy to be a part of it. And having you here, and of course bringing Lance and Dave over from that old station, it's been super. There have been, man, if you could look back, and it's always great for me to see some of these old clips, to see some of the wrestlers that have been here in the USWA, and to look back on some of the guys. I love to see those photographs of like Jackie Fargo and Roughhouse Fargo and Don Fargo and all of those guys. And you know, I heard Double J out here talking too about the fact that Jackie Fargo, of course, was the kingpin of wrestling here in Memphis and in the USWA at that time. And a lot of people have asked me over the years, they say, you know, how did you become the king? How did you come about that name? And I'll never forget, it was just, it came about so innocently. I was in a series of matches against Jackie Fargo, and just on an interview like this, came out one day and I said, Jackie Fargo, you have been the kingpin. You have been the king of wrestling in this area for years and years, but you're looking at the kid that's going to take your place. And fortunately, I think by hook or crook, I won that particular match. And the next week when I walked out in the Coliseum, a lot of the young people said, hey, now you're the king. You're the king. And I thought, hey, it's got a little bit of a good ring to it. And so somewhere, actually from Bobby Shane, a guy named Bobby Shane, went out. He loaned me his crown, and I wore that crown the next week at the Coliseum. And about 2 weeks later, Bobby Shane, who loaned me that first crown, was killed in a plane crash. So I was left that, and have been wearing that crown ever since.
It's fit ever since.
And it's fit ever since. And I always realized that just like I was shooting for Jackie Fargo, there's going to be a lot of guys shooting for me. Yeah. And there's been guys like Jeff Jarrett before, and there's going to be guys after Jeff Jarrett. They're going to be coming along trying to take this unified world title, because this is what it's all about. I mean, every man that steps foot in the squared circle dreams of one day being a world champion. You know, I was no different. I mean, from the very first match I had, that was a goal that I set. If you don't set a goal like this, you know, you're not ever going to be successful.
Exactly right.
I know what you want to do.
Yeah, while you're talking about that, I want to take a look at some highlights back in 1988.
Before they show that, you know, it was getting to that match in 1988. There was a long, long road, many title matches. Jeff, I want you to realize this. I wish I knew. I don't know the exact number of how many times I went for the world heavyweight title before I was successful. There were the Funks. There were the Briscoes. There were Harley Races. There were Nick Bockwinkel's. All of these guys that I faced time in and time out and come this close to being a world champion until, as you said, in May of 1988. Well, let's roll the film. And Jackie Fargo happened to be there, too.
Indeed, took place in a capacity crowd at the Mid-South Coliseum. Take a look.
He's just blasting him unmercifully on that eye. And the referee keeps checking it, but Lawler stops Fargo from giving the match. Boom! And Lawler with a right hand puts him down. He's a long way from through. This guy with his amazing ability to combat the king, Jerry Lawler, shoots him on a catapult into the turnbuckle. Heading is down. The crowd wants Lawler to come over and cover up. He comes
champion in 1988, and I was just telling Jerry that Jackie Fargo counted to 4. He wanted to make sure you got the 3 count on that.
Well, I didn't know exactly what he was counting to. I felt like the luckiest person in the world at that moment. And when you look back on that and you see 11,500 screaming fans inside the Mid-South Coliseum.
Capacity crowd.
It was fantastic. And I want to take this opportunity here in the 1,000th show and to thank the most important people concerned with the USWA. And this is just a small portion of them right here because there are thousands and thousands out there watching TV. But the fans, there they are.
They've made it great.
Without a doubt, the fans make the USWA, the fans make the wrestlers. We realize that. At least I certainly realize that. I know I'm not popular with every wrestling fan out there. A lot of times I use my mouth up in the WWF, and I make some people a little bit irritated. But you know what? That's just me. I'm not anything different. When you see me here, if you see me out on the street, I'm just the king. That's the only way I'm going to be. And if you like me, that's great. If you don't, hey, that's okay too. But Double J, real quick, I just want to say this. I know that Monday night at the Coliseum is going to be a big night. 10 years of wrestling for Double J. And I've had about twice that many. So there's something that comes along with that, Jeff, and it's called experience. And I can tell you that this Monday night is going to be one of the experiences of your life. I know that you're coming to the Mid-South Coliseum, and you're expecting, you're hoping, you're praying that you're going to leave there with this Unified World Heavyweight Championship belt. And you know what, Double J? There's only one thing that's going to prevent you from doing that, and that's me. And you know, I know, Jeff, that you've said you're going to be the new cock of the walk. You're going to be the new hot item here in the USWA. But there's only one thing to prevent you from doing that, and that's me. So Double J, come on down there Monday night and shoot your best shot, because I'm going to be right there too. And when I shoot my best shot, I think, Double J, you're going to come up just that much short. See you Monday night.
The King, before you walk off, I'd like to present your plaque to you, commemorating the 1,000th show of USWA Wrestling.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
Monday night, one of the feature bouts, the main event at the Coliseum, the King, Jerry Lawler, taking on Double J, Jeff Jarrett. It's TV5 night. All tickets only $5. Look for you Monday night. We'll be back here. Special 1,000 show continues on USWA Championship Wrestling.
With the King, now not only the King, but the world champion.